Are hundreds and thousands of people putting castor oil in their belly button experiencing a placebo effect, or is it really doing something? I don't know how, but our grandparents, my grandmother, knew there was a special something about castor oil and all of this yucky texture thickness. But putting castor oil in the belly button, mama, you never mention that one. I've read and heard of how some have used castor oil to find relief for tooth pain, to grow their eyebrows and eyelashes, and to restore their hairline. That is a benefit I can totally attest to. Because this area over here, no wait a minute, it was over here. This was balding and thinning and parting like the Red Sea. But castor oil in the belly button and weight loss? Is that a thing? By the time you and I are done talking today, we will have unpacked the benefits you should look out for from putting castor oil in your belly button. Whether or not it matters what kind you use, and actually it would be pretty irresponsible of me not to share one or two precautions that you absolutely want to be mindful of. Some of our fellow health warriors, have commented that they have experienced some weight loss and felt overall good from using castor oil. So what gives? How is oiling your navel in any way related to losing weight? That's a good question, and I can't wait to talk to you about it. But first, let's be clear. I am not a board-certified doctor. I only play one in the real life series of the Adams family over up in here. Okay? Scientists and doctors, they have come to the collective conclusion that when we were developing all up in the womb, that there is a cord, an umbilical cord connection, whose main function is for the transferring of nutrients to help us grow to become. It turns out that the umbilical vein, it's still there, present and viable, still doing its absorption thing. It doesn't matter if you are 30, 40, or 50 plus years old. Our umbilical vein continues to serve a purpose. Some researchers claim that castor oil, which is one of those oils that is high in monounsaturated fatty acids, has some type of effects for lessening inflammation, slowing down the growth of viruses and various fungi, as well as for relieving pain. For most people, maybe a good 80%, I would venture, they think uncomfortable running back and forth to the bathroom when they think about castor oil. Is that what you thought? However, castor oil is so much more than a laxative, at least from where I stand. I am a longtime user and supporter of castor oil. I first started using castor oil after having a ginormous tumor removed from my right fallopian tube. All the medication that was pumped into me, the procedure to remove the tumor, the whole healing process, all that changed how my body responded to everything: food, movement or lack thereof, stress, sleep, you name it. That experience shifted something. Castor oil totally helps with constipation by breaking down sites of inflammation in the digestive tract, or at least in my digestive tract. And the bigger picture for me was noticing that being more regular, my hunger and satiety signals were less erratic. And tell me, what's the benefit of that? Less erratic satiety and hunger. What's the benefit? Being regular, it seemed that my body was absorbing nutrients better, making losing weight less unreachable. Now hear me on this. Don't be led wrongly. Massaging castor oil in our belly button. You and I, we still need to eat with some common sense and pay attention to the one or two precautions that we are going to talk about today. Benefit 2, anxiety, stress, I have those. Do not let this energetic smile fool you. I have hard days, days where it feels like too much. Times where it's harder for me to tap into the better version of me. On those days, the overflooding of adrenaline and cortisol, my mind, my body feels scattered. That uptick in hormone, if I haven't found a way before bedtime to stop and dissolve some of that learned, hear me on that, learned bad habits, have my hands reaching for something that will bring, when I require myself to slow down a bit and not let food be the first viable option and instead choose to rub a dab of castor oil in my belly button, it feels pretty instantaneous for me, the wave of calm that comes. May not be for everybody, but for me, it feels like it goes like that. Now, whether it's placebo or not, I don't know. All I know is I feel better and I act better. So I will keep rub-a-dub-dubbing my belly button with castor oil. Because after all, I may be wrong, but we do want better overall health. And if bettering our health makes our bodies more cooperative to our weight loss efforts, that's a good thing. When you've taken time to prepare like your clothes, meals, or organize documents for your meetings on the morrow, how awesome, present, and in control do you feel when you wake up? The battle of the day is won the night before, after all. Putting a drop or two of castor oil in my belly button before bed relaxes my body and mind into deeper states of sleep. Ooh, sleep. And I am a very light sleeper who has the audacity to get cranky when my sleep is not so great. Like it's everybody else's fault in the world if I had a bad night's sleep. Because if mama ain't happy, so look at castor oil over here keeping families together. Too many nights of poor sleep irritates my adrenals. Oh, and the body aches, brain fog, and fatigue. Not your usual run-of-the-mill fatigue. I have traveled down that road before, and it's not an experience that I want to revisit. And I haven't had to because I put castor oil in my belly button on a regular. I feel like this is a pretty even split down the middle. Maybe your vote will shift it one way or the other. What's more important, the function of a product or the packaging of a product? I would vote both, but see, ideally, there are 4 things we should consider when looking to purchase castor oil. Let's just tick them off here. 1, look for an organic brand from a company that is hopefully honest in their claims that they are not treating their crops with questionable fertilizers. 2, we want cold-pressed castor oil that has been extracted without the use of heat or additional heat. 3, hexane-free should be clearly visible somewhere on the label. Hexane-free means no sprays, pesticides, or whatnot have been used. And 4, on this, we might have to respectfully agree to disagree, okay? But it would be nice if the castor oil was stored in a glass bottle. Howsoever, I am not going to lay on a sword over this one, primarily because I use several topical products that are in fact stored in plastic, and I never blink an eye about it. Standards for plastics, how they are made, that has changed over the years to sort of address our concerns about plastics leaking into products. So yeah, I am not about to make stored in glass a hard and fast rule for myself just yet. In time, I may change my mind, but today, I'm flexible. If you can find an affordable brand that is stored in glass and it has checked the other 3 boxes, go for it. If a brand stored in plastic is what your funds can handle, research the company to see if best practices are being used. Glass or plastic, I will leave some options in the comments for you. Now, for the side of castor oil, not many are openly talking about, and that could include me, because I have mentioned castor oil a few times. In hindsight, admittedly, I wasn't as firm as I could have been on this particular matter. But I for sure know that I have warned you to go slow when using castor oil and taking it orally. Topically, you should go slow. See, you have to remember that this oil, with its anti-inflammatory, virus zapping powers, that potency, it is unearthing excess hormones, toxins. Your body may not be prepared nor ready to handle that. Believe it or not everyone feels all calm, great, and zen after using castor oil, topically or otherwise, particularly if this is your first time using castor oil. It's been a while since you've used castor oil in this way or any way. Your lifestyle and your eating habits aren't quite in alignment with your stated goals. Yeah, go slow in using castor oil and still reap the benefits. Let's not do things for our health in such a rush all the time. There should be an urgency for wanting to be better, but the process to get the best results, sometimes we just have to slow down just a little bit. You can prepare your body for this wonderful experience, making this. When doing a cleanse, the goal is to lessen stress, both internally and externally. When I don't have to exhaust mental energy, the best video for you to watch next to better prepare your body to lessen some of those unpleasant side effects.